Peace, fam. This is Brother Harold from HawkTheHerald.com, back with another reaction video. Remember to please like, subscribe, and also share. And once again, we're going to get right into it.
Watch this Asian gentleman explain why Asians have set up shop in the black community. Check it out.
Why do Asians own so many liquor stores and nail shops in the hood? In April 1975, U.S. forces withdrew from Saigon, surrendering the Vietnam War and leaving their Asian allies to face punishment under the new regime. President Ford knew abandoning allies to death or jail would ruin America's global reputation. He asked civic leaders to help receive refugees, 130,000 in the first wave and over 1.4 million by the 90s. A Refugee Assistance Act provided $400 million for resettlement costs, and many Christian and Jewish families became sponsors, supporting these new Americans. But conservative politicians argued that Asians were incapable of contributing to American society.
See, some of these people claim that they had to come over here and work hard. Getting funding from the government or from these agencies is not working hard. It's not at all. You got help. And I just want to say this. These people that are coming here to this country, not coming here because they were doing well in their own countries. They're coming over here because they're seeking a better way of life, because they weren't doing well in their countries. In their own countries, they were on the very, very bottom rung of the ladder. They were, most of them, in poverty. So they come here seeking a better way of life. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with seeking a better way of life. The problem is, you come, you get help to open up an establishment in our communities. You open up shops in our communities, open up these little cheap restaurants in our communities, these beauty supply shops. And I'm not just talking about Asians, man. I'm talking about anyone who comes from somewhere else and open up a shop in our community where you don't live in the community. And most cases, your children don't go to the same schools that our children go to. So you take money from our people that support your establishments, and then you're able to send your children off to better schools while making money in our communities. You don't have anything to do with us in our community. You disassociate yourself from us in our community. The only interaction that you have with us or any of our people is inside your establishments. Outside of that, there is nothing. There is no association with you. In fact, with none of these people when they come here, even if they look like us, there's no connection to us in our community. Don't have anything to do with us. Then you look down on us. You look down on us and at us and in our condition while you came from a worse condition. See? But the problem isn't them. The problem is us. They're in business because we support them. They could not be in business if we didn't support them. If we didn't spend our hard-earned dollars in these establishments with people who don't like us, people who hate us for the most part, they could not stay in business. And we have to be really, really foolish. A foolish people, period, to support any of these establishments. You know, our problem is we refuse to come together. That's our problem, you know. It is our hard-earned dollars that make these people wealthy and rich. See, when we say we don't have money, we have money. Because if we didn't, these establishments cannot exist if we didn't. See, our problem is that is where we're directing our money. If we directed our money inward, we could come together and open up a supermarket in our communities or any of these establishments in our communities. And we could. Will we get rich? Probably not. Right? But who cares? If you got a supermarket in your community that's owned by us, then we can be self-sufficient. We can be independent. We don't have to spend our dollars going outside of our community. We can start from one establishment and then grow to open up other establishments. We'll become completely independent and self-sufficient. We can do it. We have the resources. We have the money. Obviously, we have the money. When you send our people buying up these $200, $300, $400 pairs of shoes and Jordans and all these other clothes, come on, man. And yet, you don't have anything to pass on to the next generation that's coming behind you. That every generation that comes behind you have to start exactly where we started instead of being able to take it further. While we're focused so much on politics, but not doing anything in our communities, not building up our communities, not owning and operating every establishment in our community. See, the problem ain't nobody else. The problem is us. Our focus is in the wrong place. Politics was never going to save us. Politics was never going to, it hasn't yet. Look at our communities. This is why this stuff happens. This is why people can come from all over the world and open a business in our community. Middle Easterns can come and open up a liquor store, a store in our community and sell alcohol and cigarettes and tobacco and swine products while they can't even do that in their own countries. But they're in business because of us, because we keep them in business. We support them. And they take our hard-earned dollars and send it somewhere else. They don't care anything about what goes on in our communities. They distance themselves from our communities, from us in our community. They don't have anything to do with us. We go in their stores, laugh and smile like we're friends. Yeah, we're friends as long as you give them your money. But outside of that, they don't have anything to do with you. And they don't want anything to do with you. They don't think anything of you. That's real. But we support them. If we stop giving our hard-earned dollars to these people, they'd stop. You know, they wouldn't be able to establish a foothold in our communities. How could they if we didn't support them? It is we keeping them in business. Why do you think nothing of you and us? They're in business because of you, because of us. Their children are going to better schools because of us. Their children are becoming doctors and lawyers because of us. Why our sons and our daughters are going to jail, being killed out in the streets, to gang violence and drugs and prostitution. Their communities are thriving, taking money from us. See, black people, we need to wake up. We need to look at ourselves. Because I don't care how successful you are as an individual. It's like, so what? You make it out the community and you forget your own people. And yet, look what's going on with Diddy and these others right now. See? Can you imagine if some of our brothers and sisters that are wealthy took care of the community, came back to the community, how much support they would have from the community? So you don't have support from the community because you don't establish anything with the community. See? This is how we think. We move out, so when something happens to you, you're on your own. You have no protection, you have no support, you have no real love from your own community. Because you get a little money and you move out. Move as far away as you can. And then come back when something happens. Your son or your daughter gets shot or killed. Right? By the police or some other person. And now you want to come back. Now you want the support of the community that you left. That you had nothing to do with. Right? Now you want to come back to all these organizations that you didn't support, that you didn't believe in, because something hit home. Something hit you directly. See? Black people. See, the problem is us. Our thinking is messed up. See, the Latinos thrive in their communities because, for the most part, at least they used to, you know, they had the love for one another. You know, they had this, what they call brown pride. They support one another. So they build and open up in their own communities. They come together. We need to look at that and learn from that. It ain't that they don't have differences, but they don't let their differences come before their unity, for the most part. Well, when we see them doing, we could do in these communities. You look and you go to these big cities and you see Chinatown, Koreatown, Germantown, Greektown, right? The area where the Italians live at. They control everything in their community. They own everything in their community. You're not going to see a black shop, restaurant in their communities. None of their communities. You're not going to see a black restaurant in Chinatown, Koreatown, Germantown, Greektown. That's not going to happen. You're not going to see any of that. See? If we want to get mad at anybody, they should be mad at self. See? But take all that energy and the anger and be constructive with it. Internalize it. When we see things like this going on, let's internalize it. So what can we do constructively? Let's build for ourselves. Let's take our communities, man. Let's stop. Let's make all these establishments that are in our community blood sucking off of us. Let's make them go out of business by not supporting them. And then open them up ourselves, pull all of our resources, and take control of our communities. That's how we do that. Let's stop being selfish and develop real self-love, meaning the love that we have as for one another, as a unity, as a unit, as a whole, and come together. Put all of our differences to the side. And stop listening to all these Negroes on YouTube who are not doing anything to bring us together, but always got something to say about another black person, constantly. Build a whole YouTube career of talking about other blacks and criticizing every black organization while you yourself is doing nothing to unite and bring us together. You're not doing anything in the community. Nothing. Doing anything of real, genuine service to help our people or to bring us together. You always have a reason why you don't want to deal with each other. Black people, let's wake up. And anybody that doesn't support the unity among us, stop supporting them too. All these groups, man. We got to get sick and tired of being sick and tired. We got to get fed up. Anybody who isn't for us is against us. Period. Even if they look like you. Either for us, either with the unity, man. We don't care about what you believe. We don't care about your political ideology. We don't care about none of that. Do you love black people? Prove it. Put your money where your mouth is. Right? Forgive your brother. Forgive your sister. Stop finding excuses and to justify your disunity. Anyway, I'm not going to show the rest of this video. I just wanted to talk. I just use it as an excuse to talk. Share my thoughts. People. Come on, black people, let's come together. Peace.